Well, the situation is so dire that I am currently standing in the middle of railway tracks. Behind me is informal settlements, and basically the community is saying that they've been hit not only by COVID but prior that, and ultimately settled on this piece of land. And this piece of land is owned by PRASA, and because of that, trains cannot move in this specific area, and this railway track leads to Langa train station. We'll just show you some of the houses that are encroached on the privately owned land near the railway track, and there's obviously more than 600 structures on this piece of land, which is ultimately causing a big headache for PRASA. And I am joined here by Raymond Maseko, who is the PRASA regional manager, to talk to us about what is going to happen to the people of Siyahlala, and including this community where they're living on the railway tracks.
Good afternoon to your viewers at home. Thank you for this opportunity. As PRASA, we are in the process of recovering the central network. And the biggest challenge that we have at the moment is the relocation of the people that have built onto the tracks and adjacent to the track. Now, we have a recovery program that we are working on. Actually, where I'm standing, you can see this is still brand new because it's whiter than all the other areas. This place, this particular set has been rehabilitated. It's a brand new set. And the challenge now is I can't build the overhead network that the trains require in order to pass here because of the encroachment. So before COVID, we could rehabilitate this because this community was not here. Now, with the with the lockdown, we started seeing an aggressive invasion of the railway land. And particularly this community is a huge challenge for PRASA.
What is going to happen to these people? You are talking about reigniting the central line that has been inactive for over a year now, and we do understand that the central line or the central corridor is one of the biggest, obviously transporting people from, poor and disadvantaged communities, including the working class.
Absolutely. We have about 450,000 commuters in Central per day in one direction. So they normally move from Khayelitsha, Krizani, Mitchell's Plain, Lenteghier, all of these different stations, Philippi, Stock Road, Nyanga Junction, all the way to Cape Town. We commute daily. Around 2019, we're commuting around 450,000 people in one direction. In the evening, we take them home. This throat that is being cut off, that is the amount of people that are not being serviced by PRASA just on the central corridor. What we are working at is we have an interministerial committee that is chaired by the Minister of Transport. We have the National Department of Housing. All of that. We also have the Provincial Department of Transport, Provincial Department of Housing, including the City of Cape Town. We have worked on a plan to relocate this particular community to an identified land. Now, as PRASA, we are not at the mercy of the process. We are just going through with the process because there's a lot of things to formalize. For instance, the people that are here, we have enumerated them. There's 650 structures. We are now currently running a facilitation process where we go into each and every house, determine who are you, what are you, a South African national, what's your ID, where do you sit in this housing list. Just to tell you, I run trains. But just before I can bring trains to these 450,000 people per day, I am now, as PRASA, finding myself dealing with socio-economic challenges. We understand that we are a very caring organization as PRASA. We don't want to come in and demolish structures as if we don't have a heart. However, we want the communities to work with us. You can't build on the track and then kill 450 jobs for other people. That to me is untenable.
An untenable situation for PRASA, but we'll just show you where we're currently standing. the people that are living here. As you can see, there's a lady crossing over the railway track, obviously dangerous, but PRASA is saying that this neck that has been cut obviously has a ripple effect, and the settlement of people on PRASA-owned land, including the encroachment of these shacks on PRASA land, also highlights a number of issues, which is the fact that there is a housing challenge in the Western Cape and other parts of the country that human settlement is saying that they are working towards. And you know, the people that do settle on privately owned land, like the community that we're seeing behind us, the city says that they cannot provide any services to them, be it electricity, sanitation and water, including the picking up of waste collection. And because of this, a community a bit further down from here, also at the railway tracks that have settled, rather, they are having a rodent challenge there. For about the 3 years that they've been living there, their community has been terrorized by these rats, saying that they basically making life very unbearable. And the city is coming out and saying that it is privately owned land and they do not have a mandate to service people who have settled on privately owned land. Also touching on the fact that they do not have a budget to service all these communities that are mushrooming in and around the city of Cape Town.